Well, hello everybody. I thought I would diverge a little bit from some of the usual stuff. I saw this on the Steam store and I thought it looked kind of interesting. It's called The Political Process and it has really good reviews. Right now on Steam it was $15, so I thought I would pick it up. And basically what it seems is the case is you create a character and then you try to rise through the political ranks. So I tend to avoid politics on this channel as much as possible, but we're going to diverge from that just a little bit today. I'll try to be as moderate as I can in things, but I'm in the character creation menu for the campaign mode. There's also a dictator mode, which I'm not exactly sure how all of that works, but we get to choose what we start at. So how about we start ourselves down at the school board level, and we'll try to work our way up from there. So we start by having to pick policies. We can select policy presets, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with, let's see, fiscal policies. I'm going to be conservative fiscally, and we'll say moderate on social issues. And I guess that's about it for the presets. And then you can go in and you can actually kind of pick these kind of independent of each other, I suppose. So I'll go through and kind of pick those and we're going to move on. Okay, so once I answered all the questions, it looked like the ideology it came up with for me was moderate on both. So we're going to go ahead and continue. And now we have to select our starting location. And we're going to go with Ohio, because that's where I live, in fact. So you can see the numbers there based on all those things. Ohio has increasingly become more of a red state in elections. Oh, I get to select my county. I live in Mahoning County right here. So that's pretty cool. Mahoning County is definitely not a place. Actually, I may have to change this to Columbiana County, because if I'm going to find myself running as more of a conservative, which I think I probably am, even though I'm showing up as moderate, Columbiana County is much more conservative than Mahoning and Trumbull counties are. So I grew up in Trumbull County. So we're going to go with Columbiana County, I think. Yeah, we'll start from there. So we're going to choose our city name, and I'll actually choose Columbiana because that's not far from me. Starting year, I guess 2015 works good. Election difficulty, let's go with normal. And our school board district, there's our current district, our city council district, our state house district 5. Our state senate district is right there, District 33, and our congressional district 6. Okay, that's cool. Let's continue. Okay, welcome to your office. The office tab is where you will find all actions and activities related to your current job. Before you get started, you will need to hire a chief of staff. What, for school board, I need a chief of staff? Okay, so, you know what? I feel like Stephanie probably has experience that I'm going to need. Warwick is about my age, but I don't need somebody who's just like me to be my chief of staff. So we're going to choose Stephanie. I'm your chief of staff, Stephanie Coleman. I will be helping you navigate your political career. There's no victory conditions in this game. You can do whatever you want. You can run for political office at the city, state, or federal level, from the mayor of a small town to the president of the entire country. As an elected official, you can adjust tax rates or reduce government expenditure. You can write legislation. You can ascend to political hierarchy. All right, recommendation, you start at the city level, either as a school board member, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's do it. We have to select a caucus. All right. Interesting. Moderate Republican caucus. Yeah, we'll go there. Okay. This is the office summary page. Any messages or scheduled events will show up here. Learn more about the game and how it works by clicking on the concepts button. All right. So let's take a look at that. Okay, there's a lot there, so we're not going to worry about all of that stuff. Wow, I didn't realize there'd be this much. There's 40 hours remaining. Here's our political points. Here's our name recognition. So about 105,000 people recognize my name. I have a 55% approval rating. No current messages. So here I am. That's pretty cool. All right, so my salary is $30,000 a year. School board members do not make nearly that much here. All kinds of metrics to look at. Wow, there's a lot to this. So this is a 2012 election. And that pretty much largely mirrors the real 2012 presidential election there. Okay, cool. So we can create legislation for our school board that I'm currently a part of. So I'm looking at all of these different things that are available to us here. Remembering that I'm in a conservative area, I want to try and pander to them as much as we can. Teacher salary, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Higher salaries for teachers with master's degrees. Full day kindergarten, which, we already have. Okay, that's cool. Tax policy, school property tax. All right, so that's a little bit of that. So we've got events available to us. How do I go about running for a different job than the one I currently have? Here we go. So we could run for mayor. We could jump right from school board up to mayor. I like that idea. Let's do it. Campaign manager organizes the general strategy of the campaign, delegating tasks to other staff members. All right. Nolan. Primary election will occur in 18 weeks. There's so much to do before that time. Okay. You can learn voter priorities and concerns by knocking on doors or conducting polls. Priority 1, select a priority. Our platform, I think, is going to be... Economic. Do not make a campaign promise at this time. Pass legislation, reduce city property taxes, increase the per capita income above that. So, no promises at this time. All right. I'm just looking at the available options here in our different priorities. If economic priority is there, we don't want to increase the minimum wage. That's not a very conservative thing to do. Reduces the city property tax rates. All right, yeah, we'll do that. We'll make that promise. How about, I think we already did infrastructure and taxes. Okay, cool. So here's our schedule. We could do a local television interview. We could do hours of door knocking, and we can do fundraising. Let's start with fundraising. Need a little bit of funds. Let's go ahead and knock on some doors. We visited 144 houses, plus 0 to name recognition. Something should be done to address income inequality. The economy is the most important issue. Fixing the tax system, government handouts do not reduce poverty. They encourage it. All right. Let's give an interview. So that had no effect on anything. So, all right. So we've got $1,100 in our campaign funds now. What can we do as far as marketing goes? Let's do let's do $500 in our marketing budget. That's half of what we raised so far. Concepts. Yeah, I don't think we need to deal with that right now. Difficulty, we're already on that. You should be able to win. Yeah, we're on normal. We don't want to win all elections. So here on the contacts tab, we've got organizations that we could reach out to. National Labor Union, Association of Teacher and Parents, Organization for Gun Rights, National Commerce Conglomerate. So we could get introductions to these different folks. I guess we need to think about who it is that we want to connect with in a more conservative area. I'm not sure any of these really, but Organization for Gun Rights, how about them? Hello, I'm Alicia Bridge, a representative for the Organization for Gun Rights. You should come to one of our events to get to know our interests a little better. All right. So they've got 5 million members. I guess this would be similar to the NRA. All right, so we've got to wait until next turn because we're out of hours for now. I don't want to attend all available events, but let's go ahead and attend one of their events. That'll get me some name recognition. Give a speech. Do we want to do that? No speech opportunities available. Okay. So then there are also these political action committees that we can reach out to. There's a lot of different ones available, similar to the others, and apparently that one actually kind of works out with them as well. Legislation, challenges, no challenges available at this time. Districts. Just looking at the different districts that are available here. Jobs, we've already applied for a job that we're running for. Automate office events. Fundraise for own campaign. Let's go ahead and spend about 10 hours doing fundraising. That gave us another $590. We could run for re-election to the school board, but I'm actually not going to do that because I want to focus all of my time on running for mayor. We've got $2,000 in campaign funds now. Let's look at marketing. Let's go ahead and run. We'll just do $200 this time. It doesn't seem to be having much of an effect. So let's look at events. Forget the Democrats. We will contact Republicans and independents with our door knocking. And they give us a little bit of info into what we should be doing. Let's look at speeches. Rallies. Let's hold a rally. I don't have the funds. You need $2,000 to do a rally. All right, I guess we're going to raise some more funds then. Now can we do a rally? Yes, we can. All right, I don't seem to be getting a lot of improvement to things at the moment. Can we conduct a poll? Yeah, I want to see what the voter intention is. $7,000. Okay, maybe we're not going to conduct a poll. Not right now. So we're looking at the incumbent there. He's very conservative. We've also got Dudley Roach, who's conservative. So these are the guys that we're up against. We've also got the Democrat here that we're running against. She looks, I don't know, she looks kind of mean. So I'm looking at my opponent here. He's been the mayor of Columbiana for the last 4 years. Kind of cool because I actually do know the mayor of Columbiana in real life. He's about my age. So city council member for 4 years before that. All right. So we're looking at our campaign manager, our funds. I do have some differences between me and the current mayor, even though he's showing up as very conservative. There are definitely some differences there. So how about some internet ads? Let's run those. We'll get a lot more views, a lot more bang for our buck that way. But we're still not getting the name recognition. Let's open a field office. Can we do that? We need $1,400 for that. So volunteer activity schedule, phone bank, fundraising. There's a lot of depth to this game, I'm discovering. Here on the staff page, we can actually train our staff and improve their skill level. They're all 1 star right now, which obviously at the level that I'm at, that's kind of where things are. And then, of course, there's the policy things that we did from earlier. So I think right now I just mainly need to focus on doing a lot of fundraising because I'm finding everything is going to require a lot more money than I actually have at the moment. So we're going to spend 40 hours fundraising for our campaign. That made us $2,200. We're going to go ahead and go to the next week. We're going to do the same thing. And now we'll take it to this particular week and see if maybe we've got a little bit of money that we can now spend. So we can go give a speech for the what is basically the NRA. That actually got enthusiasm up among Democrats a little bit. That's fine. I'll take voters from any side. Even if this is a conservative district, I welcome all voters to my moderate campaign. So, yeah, we're already running for a job, so we don't want to do that. All right, we're going to send out mail to 3,300 people. It's going to cost us $1,000 to do that. We can choose what the marketing topic is. I'm going to say economic growth in the ad. And it looks like that may have had a little bit of an effect. I don't know. Actually, did we lose some? Man, it just seems like I'm spending money and it's not doing anything for me. All right, we're going to do some more door knocking. 40 houses visited, didn't do much at all. Let's hold a rally. Almost 600 people attended. 600 voters, I should say. That increased the total turnout, so I guess that's good. All right, with the time we have left, let's do some more fundraising, and we'll move on to week 6. No, we're not going to run for re-election as a school board member. In the city tab, you've got all of these departments, and so you can see the chief of the fire department, the chief of the police department. You can see their ideologies and how long they've been at that job. The chief financial officer, the Department of Parks and Recreation. It's not Leslie Knope, apparently. Her name's Karen, though, which is kind of awesome. Harriet Elder is the Director of Public Works, Director of Communications, et cetera, and you can see all of that stuff there. So it's pretty cool. I mean, there really is a lot of depth to this right now. I have 50 political points, which is certainly much lower than the 600 that the guy I'm up against has at his disposal. I'm not sure what those mean or if they're just a way of ranking people based on their performance. All right, we're going to do a big marketing ad buy now. We're going to go all the way up to $5,000, and we're going to let our marketing strategist handle that. I hope this is money well spent. It doesn't seem to have an effect. So I feel like the marketing is just a waste of money for me right now. We're into week 8, so we're getting into the meat of this campaign now. This is Ohio news here. It doesn't appear like there's anything of note for me. Here's metrics. This is our city government approval rankings. I'm curious to know what the rankings are for some of the things that I'm running on. Road congestion isn't one of the things I've talked about. It looks like the big issue right now may be taxation. So maybe we can run a little more forcefully on the issue of taxes. So looking at training, if I were to train my campaign manager, for example, it would cost me $1,900. It increases weekly salary to almost $1,000, but buys me an extra 2.5 hours of campaign time. I don't feel like that's a wise investment for me right now. Event manager, same deal. That'll increase my audience size significantly, but again, I don't feel like it's doing a lot for me to do that. My press secretary, that'll improve my audience size and speech opportunities. Finance director, that costs a lot, but improves my donations. So really right now at this low level on the campaign, it just doesn't feel like any of those really are very helpful to me. We're into week 10. So if I just go by the schedule he gives me, we kind of just, there we go. We can click on things. We increased our voter enthusiasm with Democrats a little bit. Knocking on doors didn't do much, and then we can fundraise. So I think we're just going to kind of follow that just because I want to see how this all plays out. Blue means I'm improving my public opinion in those areas. So let's take a look at one of them. So looks like I've improved my public opinion when it comes to people's opinion of the upper income tax rate and my proposals as far as that goes. But I've lost it with the middle income tax rate. So I want to look at my policy for a second on that. Tax policy, middle income, I want to decrease, and that seems to be not sitting well with folks. So what if we say maintain on those? Let's see what that does to things. All right, we've actually improved our voter enthusiasm to 42% among Democrats, but they're not the ones voting in this primary unless they cross over. We've got a chance to give an interview now, and that apparently hurt me among Democrats. I can't win. I've got a lot of funds, though, so that's kind of a good thing. I'm just right now kind of flying through and just following the schedule given to me by my campaign manager. It may be that we don't win this time around, so we might have to aim a little lower next time, but we may spend a bunch of these funds like right at the end and see what happens, since we've got a bunch of them available to us at the moment. There's only 3 weeks left in the campaign. We have improved public opinion some, but I've got a decent amount of money. I just got to figure out how to wisely spend it. Let's do a poll. We've got the money to conduct a poll now. So let's go ahead and look at voter intention. It's going to cost us only $3,500 now, so Unless we do it like this, then it's going to cost us. So let's do a small sample size and see what happens. All right. Not so good right now. 100% for Evelina Connolly. Oh, that's for the Democrats. This is on the Republican side. It's super close, but right now they're saying third place. So we're going to have to do a little better. Okay, so I'm attending a national commerce conglomerate meeting, and it looks like we've got a pretty decent level of trust with them. So we're going to give a speech and see if that helps things at all. It doesn't appear that it did, but I've got a 92% trust level with them right now. I'm trying to decide where we want to go with ads. I just don't know that there's a lot to be gained by them at the moment. I feel like we're going to lose this first campaign, unfortunately. All right, here we go. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's getting close. It's super. No. I started out doing so well, and then I lost, and that was just the primary. So the primary campaign has ended. Unfortunately, we did not get enough votes for you to become your party's nominee. Everyone's lost an election before. It's part of politics. But you've gained some name recognition and have a better understanding of your community's values. Do not get discouraged. It's time to start preparing for your next election. That's right. So what I'm doing now is I'm just using all of my available hours to fundraise for my next campaign. So that's going to build me a nice little war chest so that when there's another job for me to campaign for, I'm going to be ready for it. All right, we're into a new year. It's week 1 of 2016, and we've got some jobs available to us. So I think we may just go ahead and run for state representative. It's a 2-year term. The deadline's in 6 weeks. The salary is $36,000. And let's go ahead and give that a try. So we're going to look for our campaign manager, Nolan Francis. It is. But this time we're going to have to be really a little more thoughtful about how we want to do things. So we're going to start with taxes, and we're going to run on a reduction of the sales tax rate is awfully high. Let's run on a reduction of that. How about, we've already made inroads with these folks. No, I don't think we're going to do anything with that. Health, energy. How about energy? This is kind of a coal area, so it may be that there are some things that I might want to run as far as on coal, but do we need to select a third priority? Economic. Increase per capita income. That sounds good. All right, so we're going to give an interview. We've got 30 hours of door knocking and actually improved our name recognition a little bit. So there's a lot of people asking about minimum wage, it seems. Crime rate's out of control, the economy they're talking about. So let's give a speech. Doesn't seem to be helping me at the moment. So we are finally starting to see some things with the name recognition, though. So some things are moving a little bit. So even if we fail in this campaign, maybe this campaign helps me in another campaign for mayor if it comes to that. Okay, so we're just a couple of weeks away from the election now, and I don't know how it's going to go. The effect on public opinion has been positive on the areas that I'm running on, and I seem to be doing pretty good in support for candidates' policies, except for on taxes, the economy. Specifically, I'm looking at Republicans on taxes, and I feel like I'm not doing well there. I may need to change my tax policy because it seems like maybe we say we'll go for a decrease in upper income individuals' taxes too. I don't know at this point if that's going to make a difference or not, but we're going to see. I'm just kind of going by what my campaign manager's lining up for me, but as of late, we haven't seen a lot happening, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with this election. Okay, here we go. It's just me against one other guy, and he's going to beat me. Oh, coming back. No, David DuPont wins. I just can't seem to get anything going right now. But maybe that improved name recognition is going to get me the opportunity to run for a lower office now. Okay, so we're all the way on to week 18 in 2018. We advanced quite a bit in time for another round of running for state representative. This time I changed my policies to go traditional conservative on fiscal policies and libertarian on social policies. And it had the effect I hoped it would. It increased my enthusiasm among Republicans, who I need in order to win a primary, but it definitely hurt me big time with Democrats, which went down by about 10%, and that's going to hurt me in a general election. So I kind of veered to the right, hoping to win the primary, and then hopefully I can move back toward the center for the general election. So let's find out if it helped. It seems like it did, but boy, it's gonna get close. I think I've got this one though, and I did. Almost 59% of the vote. I won the Republican primary. Now we're gonna see what happens when I go up against Mr. Bertram Erickson in the general election. We have a struggle ahead of us. Your opponent has a larger base of supporters than us, so we're gonna have to steal some voters if we hope to win. It means we need to adjust our campaign platform to appeal to the largest possible audience. Independent voters will be very important. Turnout will also be important. So now we're going to shift back to where I was before. And already with my very first interview, after switching back to moderate policies, you see I've started to go back up with Democrats. And that is going to be huge for me in a general election. So we're just kind of following the campaign manager's suggestions. It moves me through all of this a bit faster. We're definitely gaining some of those Democratic voters back. Hopefully we don't lose too many of the Republicans. And we'll see how this all shakes out. We've got 25 weeks till the general election. So I attended a fundraiser with another member of my political party, and that gave me some additional political points. I'm up to 110 now. I don't know how that affects things. The combination of political experience and your relationship with each caucus is what gives you political influence. Increasing your political influence will increase the likelihood of passing legislation. So that's going to matter when I actually get myself a job. Here's another event to do a fundraiser with the guy who's running for the U.S. Congress seat in my district. So that's going to gain me another 10 political points. So those little things help me build those connections that I'm going to need moving forward. I'm up to 48% with independents, 52% among Republicans, and 44% among Democrats. I believe that's probably a winning number. I'd like to see the Republican number and the independent number go up a little bit, but if I'm getting that percentage of Democrats, I feel like I'm on my way to some success, but I guess we'll see. So I went in, and instead of automating things, I chose to do my entire week just knocking on doors of independents. And you can see we bumped them up to 50%. So now I think we're at a good number because we've got a majority of a majority of Republicans, and we've got exactly half of the independents. And I think there are more Republicans in my district than there are Democrats. So I feel like that's probably a winning strategy for me. I guess we'll see. All right, the door knocking campaign's working. I'm spending all of my time knocking on doors, and I've almost got half Democrats too. I don't see how I can lose if I have those kinds of numbers among all parties, if I'm getting at least half of every one of them. So we'll see. A debate has been organized. This could make or break me here. I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, what message do you want to communicate to the debate audience? Each option will have a different effect on how the audience responds. Focus on the issues and explain why your policies are the best policies. Advocate for moderate principles of compromise and bipartisanship. Yeah, let's work together. Okay, that hurt me with Republicans, but helped me with independents. All right. So let's keep on keeping on. It seems to be working to do what I've been doing. So schedule. We're just going to keep on. We need to go back to door knocking for Republicans right now because All right, here we go. Decision. Local newspapers put together a candidate questionnaire to provide readers with an overview of each candidate's policies. Okay, I think we need to... Oh, we just filled it out. We don't have to do anything else. Okay. I'm not getting any more of Republicans, but we're winning independents. So here we go. Here we go. Okay. Wow. Holy cow. I won that in a landslide. I am now the state representative for Ohio District 5. All right, that's cool. So I think we'll wrap up right there. If this is something you want to see more of, I don't know. I know they say not to talk about politics and stuff, but it's all in good fun. I'm not necessarily talking about my real view on some of these things. It's just something I thought I'd explore and check it out. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this kind of thing, you want to see more of this kind of thing, you can check out the game for yourself over on Steam. I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again soon.